Hello, hello, hello. I'm doing that because we're going to be talking about some old school church on tonight. Anyway, one topic and one topic only. What we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about True Vine Apostolic Church of Christ versus being pregnant out of wedlock. I'm not going to say the young lady's name. I am going to say the pastor's name. He's already out there. Anyway, Miss Pat already starting up. Old school bull crap. Okay, I get you. And we're back. You guys, this is the first episode of 2025. Oh my God. I took a break, not because I didn't want to come on, but I took a break. Really nothing was happening that I really wanted to talk about. My Vikings won really bad on Monday. Really bad. And even before that, I had some guests that I wanted to have on, and I just wanted to have them to come on in the new year. And one of them already said that they will be here on next Tuesday. If you don't know, Robert Hatcher, Instagram, I think something happened with y'all. Robert Hatcher, that is the manager. He used to be the manager of Leandra. I don't know if he is anymore, but I know he's real close friends with Tamar. He's a manager of a whole lot of people, and I met him in Vegas. I went to personally met him face. I've seen him before, but personally met him face to face. When you see him, Miss Pat, you're gonna know who he is when he comes on. He's always with what's that guy named James? He's always with him. He's always with Tamar. But he is kind of like he's the guy that's in charge of Taco Tuesday here in Atlanta. And he had his Taco Tuesday in Vegas. I went there. It was great. And he said that he would come on and let us know how did that came into fruition for him. But that is not the topic on tonight. Somebody say tonight. That is not the topic on tonight. Tonight, we are going to be talking about the viral video that I know I watched, and I just said, you know what? I have to come on and talk about this because I felt like a lot of people, how can I say this? Okay, let's go back to my background. Y'all know I was brought up old school. Okay. And believe it or not, we had an old school church. Before you see who you see today, between Reed and myself, we were old school. No pants, no makeup. Who remembers that? Who remembers? I said Robert, I meant Reed. Who remembers um back in the day when Breakthrough Temple was established? Okay, so back in the day, we didn't wear no makeup. We didn't wear no pants. We didn't wear no earrings. Went to the mall in skirts and heels. Reed wore jeans and church shoes. So when I saw the video, and I'm gonna play the video, I said I wasn't gonna play it, but there may be some people that did not see the video and they were waiting for me to talk about it. um I just want you to know that I understand. So True Vine, if you are watching, I want you to know that I understand, but then, maybe this can cause a conversation for y'all to have in your church, but with the cameras off, please, about how you can do things differently. You see that things came up in an uproar and all of these things. So, how can we move forward when it relates to something of this nature? It could be as easily as turning off the camera, or it can be easy as having a conversation, maybe having some sex education classes. Oh, I know that's taboo, but it needs to be had, because I found out that this young lady is 16 years old. So now here in the plight of things, we are looking at a young daughter, a young child that is brought up in this way, because that's what apostolic people say. You was brought up in the way. Just like the coaches say, you got to be born in. The apostolic say the same thing. And when I looked at this video, I already knew I was stepping outside of the chat, because they had women sitting on one side and men sitting on, and I experienced that in I experienced that in my real life. I wasn't apostolic growing up. I was Baptist. But when I got engaged to Reed, he was apostolic. So when I went to their church, that's how they were. Women sat on one side, men sat on the other side. And I was like, what is going on? And I was like, okay, I get what y'all saying. And then that so happened when I was there, they were doing a Sunday school lesson on, because they don't believe in that church, they didn't believe that if you were baptized in Jesus' name, they didn't believe you went to heaven. So they was having a discussion about the thief that was on the cross, the two thieves that was beside Jesus, and the man asked him, you know, I guess save him, whatever. And Jesus said, "This day you will be with me in paradise." Do you not know they argued for 30 minutes on whether Jesus himself said, "Today you will be in paradise." And because he wasn't baptized in Jesus' name, they said, "Oh, I don't believe you went." I said, "What?" In my little Baptist mind, because I was baptized in Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Then I was like, y'all got to be kidding me. I mean, this is a waiver. I listened and I said, "Oh, this." So I believe that this is a really old apostolic doctrinated church. All right. So let me find the video, which I think I had it pulled up, but I got to pull it up a different way because I'm on a different computer. Okay. So y'all just bear with me. But anyway, y'all go ahead and tell me what y'all think. He went in the Bible. There were exceptions for some people. We believe, we believe all that mess from uneducated men. Got you. I was born into it and I ended up leaving. As you can see, I ended up leaving too. Sometimes we have to allow people to serve the way they are accustomed to and mind our business. Shayarabasa. All right, let's watch this video. I know y'all done seen it 1,000 times. Just in case somebody did not see it, I'm about to play it really quick. Okay, just really quick. Wait, he said, stand right in front of that. Stand right in front of that right there. Don't touch that table now. Y'all won't brought up old school because when I was brought up at, you don't touch that. This in remembrance of me table. I don't care who you is. You don't touch it, and especially if you got that communion on top of it, you don't touch it with your unclean hands. I'm telling y'all won't brought up old school like me. All right. What do y'all think he was talking about there? He said, you don't wait to repent. So are we saying that or is he saying that as soon as she was fornicating, she should have repented? Or is he saying that you repenting because you pregnant? I don't know. Either way, let's keep listening. All right. So he said, let me go back because I don't want to misquote. I don't like misquoting people because my mind will scramble it up in a minute. Here we go. Let me go back further. Oh, y'all can't hear the video? Wait a minute. Y'all can't hear it? Hold on. Why you can't hear it? Can you hear that? Oh. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. It's not, I don't know why the sound is not going through it. Let me see. Hold on. Let me take it off of this. Bruh. All right, hold on 1 second. Where is it at? Right here. MacBook speakers. Is it still sharing? Y'all can't. Oh, I know you can't hear me because I know you can't hear me because I took me off.
The Lord says.
Can y'all hear it now?
I want to apologize to everybody in here because I am pregnant. I'm sorry, y'all. I just hope that y'all all forgive me.
I so she repent.
Hmm.
Then you never wait later to repent.
Jeez.
If you sin, you don't wait no 2 weeks. You don't wait till the baby comes to repent. You repent now. You just don't do it again. You already know. You already know what time it is. The church praying for you. We ain't gonna condone your sin now. We ain't gonna do that. Ain't no baby showers going on. That's what you lose out at. You have a baby out of wedlock, ain't no baby showers. Nobody at this church about to attend one. Mama.
Can y'all hear me? Okay, that was a whole debacle. But here I is. Listen. So he said it before he said no baby shower. He said we're gonna be praying for you. And all these things. She know what the deal is. And all these things, right? So growing up old school, um, they did this. I'm not saying it's right. Y'all, I'm not saying it's right. Because the church that I grew up in, they held the leadership more accountable than they did the people in the pew. For instance, there was a time where you had to go up and study at the annual conference. You had to go up and you had to study, and you had to prove yourself to the bishops that you are ready to be ordained. When they were done with this ordination board, they would come out and tell each and every one where their lacks were, to the point where there was a woman that they said, you need to go back and study and study and study some more. And I know she was embarrassed. You trying to go up to be, an evangelist or whatever. But y'all, so I think the uproar came in when he said, you can't have no baby shower. And you can't have, and don't y'all give her one either. Like he's telling them what to do. And we know how our society is when people are, because we're woke now. Back then, back in how we were growing up, we took that stuff back then. But now we're like, we ain't taking that. We don't have to deal with this. But I want you to understand that this is the culture of that church. And I want you to take the Bible out of it, because I keep saying this is not biblical. This is not biblical. This is not biblical. Conviction some convictions that we have are not biblical. Me not wearing pants to church, me not wearing pants to work. I wish y'all could have seen how stupid I looked when I would go to the work functions in my long skirt. I wish I had some of my old psyop people that went to work with me back in the 80s and all of those things. When I went to those functions, I had on a long skirt. When I was overseas, because we wore dollies too. When I was overseas, I wore my dolly to church. So I'm telling you, I understand both sides. This girl has been brought up in this culture, and she believes that because she got pregnant, I don't know what position she holds. I don't know what position she holds in the church. Maybe she was a youth pastor. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. But when I know when I looked at one of their videos, they had pregnant people in the church on the playing the tambourine, because we know them as the synchronized tambourine praise people. They all, whatever. But this is a culture. I wanted you, like you said right here, definitely agree. This is the culture. This is not biblical at all. This is this church culture. Just like other cultures have stuff that we don't agree with. I'm telling you. And when I saw people being outraged, I said, why are y'all outraged? I couldn't understand it, because I knew that the statement that was coming out from the mama was going to be this. To everyone that's concerned, we greatly appreciate it. However, I do want you to know that however, comma, that's a heavy however, comma. I do want you to know that you are interrupting my peace, and it's causing more damage than good. You are showing up, disrupting my church with Black Lives Matter 757. You are out of order for going up to that man's church and trying to correct him at his staff. That right there was crazy. He better be glad they didn't carry guns or nothing. That's crazy. And disrespected my pastor. I am where I want to be and where I choose to be. We were not forced or manipulated to stand before the congregation. My daughter willingly approached the congregation and was welcomed and embraced with open arms. I stand on what I've been taught, and I'm raising my daughter to do the same. I stand by my pastor. Okay? Keep in mind, the daughter is 16. All right? So I saw people saying, we're gonna get her Cash App. We're gonna rally behind her. And then I was thinking, I know this how you feel, but that is the culture of that church. So it probably rubbed them the wrong way. You're trying to make them believe what you believe. They're not convicted by this. And I don't agree with it. But I'm not going to put my anger somewhere where I know that it is being it's misplaced anger, because there's nothing going to change. She may grow up and leave that church, but as for now, because she is a minor, she has to obey the rules of her parents or her mama, because I heard her mama ain't married and got like 3, 4, 5 kids. So that's why I say this should be a conversation for this pastor this should lead to a conversation. Okay, why are the women in our church getting pregnant? And what can we do to prevent this? But is that going to happen? No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So I want you all 277 of y'all on here and 7 of y'all on Instagram. I want y'all to understand, y'all are saying this is injurious to her. Think about her peers and how this may affect her in school. She's going to be ridiculed. I get that. I do. And I but that's not our battle to fight. That's what I'm trying to get us to see. Sometimes we get so rallied up, and I got somebody on here. We're gonna talk to Neverland is up here, and we're gonna talk about how it takes you through. And I hope that the young lady sees this video and she can resonate with it and help heal some of those wounds. I haven't seen this for a man of sin. I have. I have. I have seen. See, that's the thing. Y'all talk about Baptist churches, but a Baptist church, the one that I came out of, baby, they didn't play with nobody. And they set up, if they knew that you were committing adultery, they would set you up like Olivia Pope. I knew this was gonna happen. Hold on, y'all. I'm frozen. Don't go nowhere. I knew that was gonna happen. Y'all know, I still haven't bought my new computer for 2025. Forgive me, but I'm back. We shouldn't cut off no more. All right, I'm about to bring my sister-in-law to the stage. Neverland has been so kind to grace us with her presence because this has happened to her. And I said I was going to open the forum for anybody who wanted to. There are 331, 329 of you on here. And I apologize for blanking out just right there, but we're back now. All right. So I'm about to add Nell to the stage. I pray that when we have this conversation, and I hope that y'all understand that I don't agree. I do not agree with what happened. I don't, because it leaves a forever. First of all, it messes with your faith and all of those things. But we cannot, like the definition of conviction is a firmly held belief or opinion. It has nothing to do with Bible. Nothing. Because I could be convicted about something and you could not be. But I got to live with that. I can't make you do what I believe. Okay? Jermaine said Jermaine said, I went through this with my first son. I was to sit down until my son was born. So here's a man that went through it. I'm telling y'all, it's not just women that go through it. Men go through it too. All right, Nell, come on. Hey, Nell.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yep. First of all, I want everybody to give Nell. We put ones in the chat. We can't clap. Put ones in the chat. 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 Okay. Nell, thank you. And Nell is very articulate. So she gonna tell it like it is. I ain't even worried about that. Um we just gonna roll with the punches, and she know I've been knowing Nell for a long time. I'm
Yeah,
talking long time.
yeah.
And I know she know we kind of have similar backgrounds.
Mhm.
So how did you feel when you saw the video?
At first, I was very angry,
Mhm.
because it brought back some memories.
Mhm.
But then I just felt sad. I cried because I knew what she would face later in life. It had
Mhm.
nothing to do with the now, even though now it's hurting and now is the shame and the humiliation. There's so much more that's going to happen
Mhm.
before that child is born, after that child is born, and with her becoming a young adult. Even
Mhm.
now at 53,
Mm.
she will have so many repercussions of that one thing that happened to her. Now, I will say this. Now, everyone can go through the same experience and everyone react differently. I know that.
Right. Mhm.
However, if she is anything like I was, it's going to hurt her for years and years to come. And her
Mhm.
children, not just the child she's carrying, but everyone in her life is going to see the repercussions of this one incident. And I know people go, no, that's not true. Well, speak for yourself.
Mhm.
Everyone deals with situations differently. And I promise you, she will have so much people pleasing, so
Mm.
much depression, so much I'm not good enough. That she has so much she's gonna experience now because of this one situation, and I don't want to be like everyone else and just make two victims.
Mhm.
You got the pastor and her. No, no, no. I don't want that. What I want people to understand is now her life will never be the same. Her
Never.
child's life has so much that's going to happen because of this situation that child has nothing to do with, just
Right.
simply because the mom now needs therapy. She
Mhm.
needs someone to be in her life in a positive way to give her some self-esteem, because I promise you she will not have any after this. She's always going to try to please the next person because she feels she's not good enough.
Mm.
And I can only say that from my experience. Um, this is sad. This is sad to see. Honestly, I did not know was still going on. Honestly, I just assumed that was nothing a part of church anymore. But to see that it's still going on, like what in the world? Where's the
Well,
damn sandwich?
listen, Neil, when I saw the video, I didn't even hear nothing come out of nobody's mouth. But when I saw I don't think a lot of people realize when they had the women sitting on the left and the men sitting on the right, and the ch- I already knew what type of culture it was. So I was like, y'all is going in, but baby, they gonna stand by that pastor. I'm telling you right
Well,
now.
you have to understand, and I wish a lot of people understand to be in that kind of culture where your frame of mind is, okay?
Mhm.
The pastor is your gateway to God,
Mhm.
and you saw him as everything. Sometimes it was just too high pedestal to put him on. But most of the time, that's how you looked at him. So if he viewed you in a negative light, you feel like, well, I ain't got a chance. What the hell, Sarah? I don't have a chance. And see, I think people got to understand her situation, although I feel her situation is better than my situation was.
That's what I
Uh,
want to talk about. I want to talk about you.
okay.
Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, I'll listen to the video, but I honestly believe, because I went back and watched some other videos they have. They
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of pregnant women in that church.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is just a something that they do to welcome the people back, like you backslid, welcome back, whatever. And then I think they, because I saw somebody say they're gonna ostracize her. I don't think that's the case, because I just played a video and they had pregnant people on the front row playing the tambourine.
Well, I mean, you have to look at this. We don't know. Those women could be married. We don't know if they're even in the same situation she's in. And the thing is, we're all left to assume because we're not there. We're not a part of that particular church.
Mm,
And so you have to look at it like this. Those men of God believed in what they were doing,
mm-hmm.
and God know our heart. Remember, you remember what David did in the Bible, right? Everybody know what
Yeah.
David did, all
Mm-hmm.
right? But still, God knew his heart.
Right.
And so even though this pastor may be in the wrong, and mind you, I'm not by any means giving him flowers. I'm saying that he believes what he's done is right. And because he believes that, all of his members believe that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad because he's leading them into humiliation and into
Mm-hmm.
all these different things that a teenager go through anyway. You
True.
just magnified it to the 10th power. She already has low self-esteem because she's 16. People are picking
Still in
at her,
school. Yep.
and because she's pregnant, and to know that now she's going to be a mother, and you trying to tell me I'm not even worthy to carry my own child. I'm a sinner. I can't have a baby shower, which every single person in the world wants a baby shower. I didn't
Right.
have one with any of my
Right.
kids. So I know she's going through a lot of like, what in the world? But with me, it was different because it wasn't a pastor that asked me
That
to leave.
that's what I want to get to. Okay, Nell, can you describe the emotions you felt when you stood before the congregation to share your situation? How did it impact your sense of self and your relationship with your faith?
I did not get that opportunity.
What?
Yeah. I was met outside. A person came out of the church, and it was not
Mm-hmm.
the pastor, came out of the church and talked to me and my parents and explained that because I was with child and not married, I was no longer welcome at the church and I could not attend.
What?
And my parents took me down to my grandmother's house, and I had to stay there while they went to church. And I was left there alone. No one stayed with me. I was left in that big house by myself, alone, thinking with the devil because he gave me a lot to think about. And we had
Mm,
serious
mm,
conversations.
mm.
I thought about killing myself. I thought about going back to the church and kill all of them. I had all kinds of things going through my head because remember, I'm a teenager
Right.
and I'm already feeling uh not like I'm not worthy because I'm pregnant. The
Mm-hmm.
guy doesn't want the child, so he doesn't want me. And now the church, the one place that I can go and tell God my problems and say, "Hey, I'm a sinner, but I need you." Now you're
Mm.
telling me I'm not even worthy enough to knock the doors of the church? That I have to stay by myself while y'all worship God because I'm not worthy to be there?
Mm, mm, mm.
So my situation was different from hers. I feel that church did very well, very well compared to my situation because no, I didn't have no one standing up, clapping, and opening their arms and saying, God will forgive you, or any kind of encouraging words other than my parents, of course. Because my parents was, I feel, was just as outraged as I was.
Mm, 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 mm,
And so because they believed in God, they believed in the procedure of the church, they continue to go to that church.
mm.
And I vowed within myself, I'll never go back. I'll never believe in God again. I said a lot of things, and it was just out of anger and out of isolation.
Mm. Now that is deep.
It's the truth. That's how, I mean, that's what it was. I mean,
So,
no,
so the entire pregnancy you didn't go to church?
no, I wasn't allowed.
Are you for real?
I'm not lying. Ask any of them.
Is this the same church I'm thinking about?
Yes, it's the same church. And mind you, there were other people that followed me. Some married on top of their pregnancy. Some aborted their pregnancies. But I was there for an example because I'll be honest with you, I don't remember no one else going through that before me. Even though I'm sure there were, I just don't remember. I don't remember anyone ever going through that before me. And so
Mm.
it was, how do I explain to you? I would never be the same. I want to love myself like other people love themselves. I want to look in the mirror
Mm.
and see a beautiful person. I want to know that my talents matter or that I matter. But I still see that same girl that you told wasn't good enough to even come to church. And it has played on me. So I'm a people pleaser. I know that. People tell me that all the time. And sometimes it's hard to hear, but that's who I am. And I don't want to be that person anymore. I don't want to please you. How about me?
Right.
How about me? But I still do it. If I have, for an example, okay, Lisa, if I got $10, I'm going to give you eight.
You will.
I'm going to give you eight because I believe you're worthy of the eight and I'm worthy of the two.
Mm.
And that's how I think in everything I do. So I'm always getting the short end and feeling okay that, it's okay. You can handle it. It's all right. You've been here before. I'm doing all this talking to myself, not even thinking, no, the heck you don't. Give me my $8 back.
Right. Oh my gosh.
But that's,
So,
I mean, that's the part that I feel sorry for her because now therapy is going to be needed for her. The child's going to feel all this anger and stress, isolation. That's going to be, and it trickles down because now she's a child trying to raise a child,
mhm.
being bitter toward other people and needing the help of her mom, which will now enable her instead of help her. It's going to enable her because she's still not going to know how to raise a child. She's going to
Mm.
depend on her mom to raise the child. Now that child is going to look to the grandmom as being
Right.
mom when actually the mom is right there. But she doesn't know how to be a mom because she hasn't been taught how to be a
Now,
mom.
see,
But she's,
this is a double
it's different.
double edged sword because this happened to you.
This happened to me. I am 53 years old, and it isn't until this very month that I'm having to realize you are 53 years old. And now you have to act grown, even though your whole life, you've been dependent on someone else. And the
Mm.
same people that made you dependent on them now want you to go out and be grown. What? Wait a minute. What? How? How do I be grown now when you taught me to depend on you?
Mm.
And
Now
it's
this
not
is
it's
deep.
not talking about anyone or trying to make someone look bad. I'm telling you how Nevelin mine is right now at 53. I've
Mm.
heard the cliche over and over again. Hurt people hurt people. Well, let me explain to you how that really works. Hurt people have been hurt to the degree that they have nothing else to lose. They don't want you to feel this kind of hurt. They're doing all they can so you won't have to feel this kind of hurt. However, a mean person being hurt wants you to hurt like them.
Mhm.
It's two different people.
Two
And
different.
they put us all in the same category. Yes, we all hurt people, but not all hurt people hurt people. Some hurt people want to help. And I don't want you to experience what I experienced. That's why I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to name churches. I'm not going to name all my experiences because I don't want you to even have to think about that. Let me help you not be who I am right now. And to
Mm.
me, that's agape love because I want you better than me. So here, yes, take the $8. Because right now that's all I know to do to show you love is to give you what I don't even have to give away because I don't know who I am.
Mm. Jesus.
I can take a pen, I can take a what they call that? A painter's brush and
Mm-hmm.
do a mirror on a wall free-handed. Done it several times. I can do that. You
Very
can tell me it
talented.
look good all day long, but all I see is the imperfections of what I just drew. And that's been my whole life story and everything I do. I'm
And
looking for the imperfection.
that started in that moment
It
because
started in that moment.
you were, let me tell you, because I know you were very good at basketball,
Yes.
very good in a lot of, like, you were good. And so now you, after this moment, it broke you to the point where it just shattered who you were.
Yes.
And for 9 months, they drop you off and they go to church and you had to sit home. So now
Yep.
after the baby is born, tell us what happened after that.
Oh my God. That's a whole nother book of
That's what
worms.
I'm saying, because I
That
know
that
this is
was
what needs to be.
so degrading and it was such a horrible experience because I became a light. And I know you don't know what that means, but on a Fat Albert show, they used to have a character where they go, "You lilac I never seen before." I don't know if you remember that character, but there was a person on Fat Albert that they used to say that to all the time. And
Hmm.
I became lilac. I lied about everything. I lied to cope. I didn't know what else to do because I can't tell you what I really feel because you already think I'm no good. You already
Mm,
have me in this box. I cannot tell you what just happened to me. I cannot tell you how I really feel about you. I can't tell you what I feel about myself. Do I like my hairstyle? Do I like my hair color? Do I like, I had so many what ifs and so many questions and so much brokenness that I could not be any good to anyone, let alone being a mother. All I
mm.
knew to do was to use the hands God gave me and work. So that's what I did. I worked morning, I worked afternoon, I worked night. I worked all the time.
You did. I'm
And
telling
in
you.
working, I didn't have to think. All I could do is be a leader because it didn't matter what job Nell got. I left in management because all I knew to do was to work and to make sure my kids had food to eat. And I needed my mom to take care of them. So, Nell, work, just work. So that's what I did. And
Mhm.
was I a good mother? I was the best mother I could be. And I know that wasn't good enough for my kids, but that's all I could offer them
Right.
was to be the best that I could be. And this young lady now has so much that she hasn't even thought about
Mm-mm.
because her mom is going to be raising that child. That child's
Yep.
going to look to her mom, not to her.
Right.
And unless that grandma tell the child how that mom really feel, that child will never give that mom the respect she deserves. Ever, 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 ever. Never.
Mm, mm,
And so it's
mm.
not that I'm casting blame or
Oh
playing the
no.
victim. I'm trying to tell you that this person has no idea how her life just changed. There'll be some people in that church that will look down on her until she die, until they read her obituary, and then they still gonna go back to, you remember she was pregnant?
Right.
People do that now. When people say stuff about my past, all I do is drop my head and go, that's all you got, right? Because you can't say nothing about my now. It's
People still
always, it's
talk about it.
always about my past.
They still talk about it now.
Are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me.
No, I'm asking you, like,
I'm telling you that whenever something comes up, my past always come to play. It's not about my now. It's always about my past.
mm, mm,
And
mm.
you can't ask a person to heal from that when you're constantly digging in that wound.
Now that's
That
the
wound,
truth.
that wound never heals. And not only does it not heal, now it becomes a stench. And everybody can smell your past
Mm,
because you're
mm,
wearing
mm.
it. in the way you do because you know that's all people think of you. That's it. It doesn't matter Nail's hard. It doesn't matter how Nail feel about people. It doesn't matter even the work that I do or how I help you out. It's always about, do you remember when? And that's the part that I don't think the church realized what they put on these people. Some people, yes, some people go off and thrive. But then you have those like me that literally live a life of suffering from one big episode to the next big episode, because there will be many now following that because she's not going to get the healing she needs in that. They can preach on it all day long. But there's a certain part of church that should be therapy that they don't even offer it.
They don't have the capacity to give it.
They don't even offer it.
I don't understand. And so that's what I was saying before you came on. I was saying, hoping and praying that maybe because it was such an uproar, that it will cause the pastor to say, you know what, we might need to have a conversation on how we're handling things. Or, we got people come about it. I don't agree with them people coming to his church.
No.
And then I heard that there was people waiting for him on his job and all this kind of stuff. But
that's crazy.
It's crazy because, like I said, a conviction, it's a firmly held belief or opinion. It's not what they have going on in that church. It's not biblical. And that's why I'm saying y'all get outraged. This is not the Bible. This is not the Bible. No, it's not the Bible. It's a culture.
Well, I look at it as if you're going to do that, then do it across the board. Don't do it just for pregnancy. How about that person that's smoking that y'all don't believe in smoking? How about that person that's drinking? Or the person that just got your sister's husband yesterday? Or, there's so many other sins other than just pregnancy that were never addressed in that way. It was only that. I can't hear you, Lisa, for some reason.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Oh God. So I gotta take my hands off to clap a hand on OFWB because where I came out of, they addressed if it was to be addressed, they addressed everything, not just pregnancy. I don't even address that. It was more so like the leadership part of, if you're a leader and you're not doing what you're supposed to do. But what I'm trying to say is I understand that, him saying, you shouldn't have a baby shower. I think that is what, when he started telling what they can and cannot do, and us that are not in that culture, you can't tell me what to do. We gonna have a baby shower for her. See that right there, I'm like, y'all are really doing too much.
Well, you have to look at, like you said, it was about the culture, okay? But
it's the culture of that church.
It was shame enough just to have her up there, but now, as a mother, she can't have a baby shower. And the baby shower, honestly, most baby showers were to give you gifts that you need, and now all of that's going to be put on her and her mom, which is even more stress. Now you're trying to provide for a child, and you're a child. And that young girl, she probably hadn't had a job, or if she did have a job, now she has to work to make sure that child has.
I'm leaning towards, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think everybody really listened to what the man said. I think we skipped over that. But he said they couldn't have a baby shower. Now she can't touch the table. I'm going back to that because I was brought up that way. In that remembrance of me table, you better not touch it.
Well, that's true. We couldn't.
You better not, and especially when that communion is on it, you better back up. You gonna get struck. You gonna get struck. The way I was brought up. Let me tell you something. Bree said none of us could touch the table. That's not nothing new. That's how I know y'all weren't brought up old school. That's something that we all could not do, not just her.
Or go in the pulpit. And
Couldn't
see,
go in
now
the
the
pulpit.
pulpit,
You
yeah,
couldn't run in the church. It's a whole lot of stuff. You better not touch that table. And when I was growing up, I was scared to take communion until I was grown.
because you thought you were going to die.
Yes. My mama made communion bread at home, and I saw how sacred it was.
Mm-hmm.
And so they would tell you before they said every time, if you're not worthy to take it, you better not take it or you're going to die. I said, let me sit my hips right on right here. Cause I ain't ready. And then I went to other people's churches and kids just eating it like gum and candy. I said, what is going on? So it's the culture. I was brought up under a culture that you don't do that. Then I went to another church and they was giving it out to 2-year-olds. I was like, what? For all my life, I could have been taking communion.
That's what I'm saying. It's a difference, and
So
it's sad that, you know, I don't know. For us to be America, I feel like we're so sheltered from other cultures, and we don't understand other cultures to the point that we don't be judgmental of other cultures. I mean, a culture is a culture, you know,
it's a
and you have to
culture.
accept people from where they are. I mean, you don't have to agree, but you have to
No,
accept that that's their opinion, that's their right. Not saying that it's wrong or right, but everything has a consequence, and some are
everything.
positive and some are negative. And for me, that was a very, very negative experience.
Now you was told to sit out 9 months. That girl's
Yes,
gonna be in church Sunday. I promise you that.
but that's
I
the difference.
I guarantee. And my and I think, and this is, I didn't watch the video. I purposely sometimes I watch just to listen to the words. I don't look at the emotions or whatever like that. So what I did, I heard the man say, y'all need to go back and listen because I think y'all missed what he said. He says, she know what time it is. And then he said, we're going to be behind you. The church going to be praying for you. That's what he said.
I
He
heard
said
none of
that.
that.
See what I'm saying? Because you was in your
I
emotion.
was in my
You didn't hear it. That man said that. He said, we're going to be praying for you. And he said, what else he said? He said, he also said, we're not going to have a baby shower. See, somebody say he sure did. He said that. He said, we're not going to have a baby shower because we're not condoning the sin. He said, but you got to take care of your granddaughter. That's what he said.
I believe you that that's what he said, but because of my own experience, I missed all of that. My cheeks was red and puffy. I was hot, so about to sweat.
So I don't believe, I hate that. And you live streamers, come here, come to the front. Y'all need to learn how to turn off the dog on live stream when it's church business. Why would you have the live stream going and you know the girl about to confess that she pregnant out of wedlock? Why would you do? Did you go to the bathroom? Were you sleep? I don't understand. And this person right here said his tone was wrong. He was talking so soft. He was not being y'all just hearing what you want to hear, because that was not what's and then Miss Pat said, I heard that, but demanded them not to have. You don't have to have a baby shower to get gifts. I'd rather you give me gifts than not. I don't care about that. Just as long as you give me what I need.
But you said the word. You don't care about that. We don't know what that girl wanted.
He
We
said
have
it
no
like
idea.
he was fussing. That man, Marco, that man was not fussing. Y'all hear what y'all, he was not fussing. He sounded like he was hurt to me.
Mm-mm.
He did to me.
Nope. Mm-mm. Nope.
Anyway, okay. I'm not, I don't like it because I had to do it too. But my thing is, I don't like when we try to put our convictions on somebody else. Ronald Cody said, You are right, Lisa. The pastor was he wasn't, because saw I saw some other clips where he preaches hard holiness.
Mm-hmm.
He do. But I hold on. Talk now, because I got this. Zoe need an Uber.
Okay. Well, like I
But
said
but but
before, you
see, but say so say what you said. First of all, they need to turn the live streams off. They do.
yes, yes.
Because that was a business meeting. That was not a church. That
And
was
this
not
that's my
live stream.
problem. That's my problem with that. If it was a business meeting, it should have been
No, it
only
wasn't a business meeting, but I'm
I'm saying
saying
it should
it's
have been. Yeah, it should have
yes,
been a business meeting with only the leadership and her and not the congregate. The congregation being there was the humiliation part.
I
Because
agree with
in the
that.
congregation were classmates, maybe people she might, if she goes to work, her mom is humiliated. If her dad was there, he was humiliated. So it becomes a family humiliation, not just for the person that you're actually having to go up there and apologize or state your sin. So that's why I just think, all of it is like a hurtful thing. It's nothing that helps because almost all of those same girls had to do it one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9 times. Because you keep
Listen,
you kept having children. That didn't change the fact. All you did was alter my mind and make me think that's all I'm good for. Because I'm not good for anything else.
wait a minute. Wait, whoa. That back up, because I was getting an Uber. Back up and say that again.
All you doing is making
No,
me feel
further
like,
than that.
what was it? What are you
That's
talking
what
about?
I
What part?
want to know. What did you say? Go back
I'm
to the
saying what I
first.
was saying. What I was saying was, it did not do what they thought it would do, which will keep the children or for child or woman, whoever, from having kids again. That didn't
Right.
work. The humiliation part only made us think lesser of us.
Okay. I got you. I agree
So
with that.
now we are having second child, third child, fourth child, fifth child, however many children they had,
I agree with that.
because now you make us think that's all we're worthy to do. We're
I
a
agree with
sinner
that.
already. We cast out from the church. We cast out from the family. Our parents already. We feel like we failed them. We're always trying to please them because we feel like we put humiliation on the whole family.
I agree with that. I agree. I totally agree with that, because a birdie told me. I ain't gonna tell you who told me, but a birdie told me that her mama not married and she got 3 kids.
Mm. See?
So my thing is, there needs to be a conversation that that is a so that shame so the shame makes it worse. That's what you're saying. And I
Yes, it
believe
does.
that. And therefore, in the holiness church, if you really look, they have a lot of women that have children out of wedlock.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, it's one of the deacons or the musician or the pastor or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. And so it the culture is bad.
It's bad.
And I'm not saying that, and I said this in the beginning, I don't agree with it, because I had to do it, but I don't agree with it. But I will say, we can't get in an uproar with something that is not our business.
I agree
That
with
your energy, you need to put that somewhere, put it in a prayer and send it there, and maybe it'll reach and crack and something will happen, and lo and behold, the pastor get up and say, you know what, I apologize.
this is a
That
child. This is
I
a
doubt
child.
that happens, but if that happens, that was an act of God. I'm telling you right now. So I'm just saying, that I believe in that culture. They just believing that's the standard. And I wanted to say this too. So we're seeing that it still happens.
Yes.
So what is this, just a formality? So it really don't mean nothing. I'm getting up here to embarrass myself for nothing. 'Cause
Well,
everybody
I told you what was supposed to. It's supposed to keep us from doing it again. However, that did not solve it. If there
Mm-hmm.
was something in those days called therapy, it could have helped in a way that they actually needed. A woman that gives herself away, there's a reason why she's doing that.
That's true.
Either she already has low self-esteem, or she's so curious because all her friends are doing it. This could be all kinds of things, but all of that comes through therapy. And
Mm-hmm.
therapy was not a part of that day church. It wasn't. It was something seen as in, you don't do that. We use God as our therapist. He's
Right.
the only one can give you therapy. And
Which is
that was so dumb in thinking.
dumb.
No, no, that was the right word. That's
It
not what
was
I.
the exact right word. Dumb.
It wasn't the effic. What's the word? I need another word than dumb, because grandma used to say that all the time. But anyway, but anyway, it wasn't them
It wasn't
thinking
effective.
that it wasn't effective. There you go. Because people continue to get pregnant, and now you've got one, two, three, four, five kids' lives messed up because the mom is a child, not raising her children alone, so she's dependent, and it's just a hot boo boo mess. It's a mess.
Look, my goddaughter on here. Facts, facts. Sharita, did we make you get up in front of the church? I love that girl.
But thank you, Lisa, for giving me the opportunity to shine light on the girl. We're talking about the 16-year-old. We're not talking about the pastor. We're not talking about the church culture. Okay, all of that. Yes, we could talk about, but right now my concern is her. Are they going to give her the therapy she needs? Will the mom even go to therapy? Because mind you, now the mom needs sound like she needs therapy as well. And some of these same traits has trickled down to her already, because she's doing the same pattern her mom did by having kids out of wedlock. At least that's
Yeah,
what it sounds like. I could be wrong on that.
right. Reed said, I did have a few that had to stand before the church many years ago because that's how I saw it done. But that was literally decades ago at this point. I talked about us at the beginning, Reed, and I talked about how our culture was kind of like that. Um, and how I would go to work functions in my dresses. We out there at a work function there. I'm out there in a skirt all the way down to my ankles in church shoes.
But
Lord,
still you had a level of respect from us, those of us, because you weren't doing what we were doing, Lisa.
what?
No, it didn't. We didn't see that. If you were doing it, we didn't see it.
Oh no,
All of
I
our stuff
wasn't
was
doing nothing
aired out.
then.
Yeah, all our stuff was aired out for everyone to see. So
No, I wasn't doing nothing. Okay, Sharita, she was the youngest one in the church. She said, "Y'all no, y'all did not make me stand in front of the church, but you guys definitely gave me guidance and all the resources that I needed to become a successful mother and to develop my spiritual life in advanced level with 5 a.m. prayer. Every single morning, sleep. My God, my hello."
she had a support system.
She did. Yeah, we did. I was hard on Sharita, but we did.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say a lot of young ladies have gone through something similar to what we saw, but no one's talking about it, or they're just afraid to talk about it. I don't think I think that's one of the church's biggest issues, that we don't talk about the flaws within our body. How do we fix the flaws in the church? How do we fix things that we did in the former years, or that we continue to do now as part of tradition, that are wrong? How do we change that? How do we go in and change that? And I think that's the conversation that needs to be had.
Right. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get Zoe get together. All right, it said, what about the young girls having sex but didn't get pregnant? Do they ask for repentance for their sin? No, they didn't. They I mean, why see, this is the hypothetical stuff that really grinds my gears. Why, if you ain't got caught, I mean, I would, I guess. That's why I got baptized 3 times. Because I was like, you know what, I just need to come back to God. But y'all, these hypotheticals, y'all are, it's just doing, to me, it's just doing too much. Because we know you're not gonna get up there and do that if you
No,
didn't get caught.
no, you're
Most of
not.
the time, you just be honest with yourself. You're not gonna do that. If you got by it one time, you're gonna be like, Lord, let me get by again. I promise I won't do it today. I'm just saying, y'all, come on.
But you
Let's
got to
not.
look at the still. You think about the girl. Okay, I'm sure she know people right in that congregation. I'm sure right there in that church that has had their limit of abortion or has done all kinds of stuff. But she is the one up there being humiliated. She could have turned everything right around, but she didn't. She just took
Oh,
the licking and kept on ticking.
giving you some love. I'm proud of you, honey. They call each other honey, y'all. It's so sickening. For having this conversation, I am learning more and more about you. Being raised in that fundamental Pentecostal culture, I understand that. However, this situation doesn't translate well because it's hard to discern any love or restoration. God is love, and the world needs to see that. I'm just saying.
I agree.
Okay, and Latoya said that's my point. Sin is sin, and we know that sin is sin. And I understand what y'all are saying. You know, she's the woman. They're bringing her up there. But again, I keep pointing back to this is their culture.
Mhm.
Okay, this is what she's 16. This is what she grew up in, and in her mind, I'm telling you, I know this for a fact because of raised in that. Marco should know he was raised up in this doctrine. You feel like you sinned against your church and God. I say church first because they really trying to please the people in the church versus God.
I see
Let me see
differently. I see differently. Your
what you
first
see.
thing is now you want to please your parents because you humiliated them from the whole church. Their daughter is now pregnant and they're
Hmm.
getting ridiculed, the silent talks and the silent looks.
Yep.
Their daughter is pregnant, right? So the first thing that girl is thinking about, how can I make my mom and dad look at me differently? How can I
Right.
please them now that I brought shame upon the family? And that's a lot of weight for a 16-year-old to carry.
It
And
is.
sometimes that weight never leaves.
And that is why I say you live stream people. you y'all are the op. I'm telling you right. Y'all got to be the most irresponsible people that I ever seen in my life. Why, for the life of me, you would let that stream? I mean, after TD Jakes fell out at service, surely we should know by now that some things we just need to cut. They cut theirs off pretty fast, but we still heard Jesus, Jesus, you gotta get him, grab him. We still heard that. We shouldn't have heard that. Y'all was still too late. Y'all are still too late. And I'm
Hilarious.
just, am I lying? We
No, you're
shouldn't even
not.
heard that. But we did because the live stream people are not doing their job. We should not even know this woman. We should not even know this little girl. We should know all we should know about them that synchronized tambourine praise. That's all we should know about them. Them playing them tambourines
But
together.
if what you're saying is how we should be, then when does that little girl get her healing? Or when does she get the help she need after going through what she just experienced? Because it's happened millions of times, but no one's talking about it. So those of us who are living this life
Mm-hmm.
not in bliss like everyone else around us, we're carrying stuff that happened to us. When do we get the help we need if it's not being exposed that it's wrong? Now I
True.
get what you're saying, but everything I was taught, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And sometimes exposure is there so the victim finally gets healed. Because
I
any
agree.
other way, the victim is seen as she just want to be this, she just this. But no, there sometimes that victim really does need help. And if they don't get the help they need, they end up being someone else's issue and they become another victim. And so it passes on from one generation to the next generation to the next generation.
Okay.
And we know things that go from generation to generation, it doesn't get better, Lisa, it gets worse.
I agree.
Okay. So that's why, I get what you're saying. Yes, they should have turned it off, but it happened for a reason. We all saw that for a reason. Exposure had to happen so that someone can now see, hey, maybe guys, we need to look at another way of doing this. Or maybe we
That
need to give her some therapy, or maybe we need to talk about things in a different manner and handle things in a different way where people aren't, I mean, you're talking about changing people's lives because of one incident.
right.
And so that's why I agree and disagree, and you know me, Lisa, I'm just being real about it.
Right.
I just think people are looking at it totally from one point of view. But
Yeah.
girl life changed before millions of people's
Oh
eyes.
yeah, it's changed. It really
And
is.
all they can think about is giving her baby shower gifts. Come on. Come on.
Right. Right. It's deeper than that.
It's way deeper than that, baby.
Yeah, it's deeper than that.
So I
And I
appreciate you having me. I appreciate you listening to me. I appreciate it, Lisa,
what?
because listen, people don't want to hear this part. And it's this part that was needed in 2024, and it's going to trickle right into 2025 until things get in line. We have to start doing things differently.
Yeah. And I do believe that the leak video was for us to have a conversation. Let me, because Vicky been writing books. Let me say this. Let me say this. I'm going to sign off. Before you stand before a church, stand before God with a true repentant heart. Everyone is not standing before the church, and many others have messed up. Get to know God. All
She
right,
right.
that's true.
She
What's
said,
up, baby? She need a therapist now. Listen, I agree. I agree with all of those things. But like I said, it points back to the culture. I feel like that church is gonna have to have some conversations after this.
mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like the pastor is going. I don't think he's going. We're gonna see what he preached Sunday. I didn't listen to him last night because was still fresh. But we're gonna see what he say Sunday. If he get in the pulpit and be like, this my church and y'all can't tell me what to do and all this kind of stuff. I think one of the deacons was trying to, but we know deacons ain't got no power. But we talking about the pastor. We want to hear what he got to say Sunday. Maybe he'll apologize. Just like Keon did with the woman that was screaming in church. That got exposed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we got people hollering out in church. She been hollering out in church for 5 years, and then all of a sudden you want her to hush in the name of Jesus. And then that went viral. And
Yeah.
he had to come back and apologize. You remember, did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw
And he had to come back and apologize to her. So maybe, because this says this
I think he should. I think it would show his, I don't know, his growth in God, that he can go back and apologize and say maybe we handled it the wrong way. It should have been just us and her alone versus doing it in front of the whole congregation.
right.
The person that filmed it, they need to sit them aside and say, hey, you know, what was your purpose? That might be another issue that they need to talk about. Now, what was your purpose of doing what you did? Because obviously there was an agenda there showing that.
And so what if he say, that is just what we do? Then what we gonna say after he say that?
Well, they need to look at it a different way. We have to go on because, mind you, it's not us. We don't have anything to do with that situation. We have to go on. I just think that exposure was needed so we realize what we really need to be focusing on in the church right now. There's some things
Right.
that we do all the time and things that we say all the time that's just simply wrong, and we need another way to do it.
Yeah. So I think, because like I said, I went back and I watched some videos. I said, "Oh, she pregnant. She pregnant. She pregnant." I'm telling you, I be, I'm gonna see stuff. Marco, I dropped the link in Facebook if you want to come on. I said so I think that it is something that he cannot just sweep under the rug. I do know that. Will we get to see now? Don't turn your live stream off now. Let the live stream live and let us see you say you sorry, just like you did what you did before. I hope that is what will happen, because the shame of it all. And I was thinking about today, when, because when I had Xaria, Rita and I were married, but when I had
Mhm.
Zoe, we were separated. That was
Mhm.
a totally different experience,
Mhm.
and I can tell it in my child.
Mhm.
Zoe never feels like she's good enough.
Mhm.
She never feels like, and because for I want to say all the way up until 2 weeks before she was born, 2 or 3 weeks before she was born. I'm telling my business now. 2 or 3 weeks before she was born, I repented. I said, God, I am so sorry. And I said, Zoe, I am so sorry. I said, I love you and I
Mhm.
do want you. And when I start, because she would not move. Well, she didn't move a lot, but
Mhm.
she, after I did that, I could tell. But Zoe walks around here. Sometimes I have to purposely be like, Zoe, I love you. Because I remember when I was carrying her, I didn't even talk to Zoe.
Wow.
I didn't even do any. I didn't, because I was so distraught that my marriage was ending, that I
Right.
didn't even think about her. And then I was thinking today when I was looking over the story, I said, did I even have a baby shower for Zoe? I don't think so.
I didn't. I didn't have a baby shower for any of my kids.
And so I was like, oh my God, like this is really deep when you when you start thinking about stuff that you just mold over. And
Yeah.
so now I was like, you know what? I gotta do better, because my daughter Zoe, she's different because I
Mhm.
carried her different.
Mhm.
And so now I'm thinking I'm bringing it back to the the girl that was brought up. I'm bringing it back because we don't know how she felt in that moment. And like
No.
you said, it's going to affect her child. It's going to affect her,
Mhm.
because she's going to be inadequate about
Yep.
raising a child because she's a child herself.
Yep.
And then there's that guilt of, I didn't raise my child because my mama gonna take over the raising the child. That's gonna happen anyway. She's gonna
Oh
take
yeah,
over raising it.
that's a given. That's gonna happen. And mind you, later she resent her mom for that. It's
Yeah,
not like she wants to, but she gonna resent the fact that her children look to her mom versus looking to her.
right.
And see, that's another whole nother can of humiliation and
That's a
just
lot.
feeling like you're not worthy to even be there. So that's my point. Is I just want her to. She needs some therapy now so that that child won't have to grow up feeling everything that she's feeling right now. Because right now, that's all that child is
Yeah,
getting.
and it matters.
And it matters. It
It
does
it
matter.
it matters, and I
And
see it.
before I get off, I want to say it's nobody, and there's nothing that I'm saying I'm trying to push off on my mom or my parents or even
Oh,
my church.
we know that.
I just want people to understand that there's repercussions to everything we do, especially when a person's coming to church because number one, they want God and they expect to find God, but instead they receive humiliation and now they're depressed and they have all these different emotions turned the wrong way. and there's nobody there in the church that can really help them because they don't see that they need the help.
Mm.
And that's the scary part.
Thank you, Neil. You keep
You're welcome.
saying you keep acting like you got to go to bed. So
No, don't
go
get off
ahead.
I,
yet.
I'm sorry, I had to get up at 4.
I know. I could
So
tell. I could tell you was like, okay, well, thank you for
no, no, no,
having
no,
me.
no, no, no. I
Can
just don't
y'all
want to.
hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah, I can
can.
hear you.
Hey Neil. Hey
Hey, baby.
Lisa.
Hey,
Thanks for the link.
you welcome.
You know, I know this world, this doctrine all too well. I was brought up apostolic. So I know, granted, my dad never did it in our church. We didn't have a lot of young people in our church to get pregnant, but I don't think it would have been handled that way. But you said something earlier, and from my experience, I do not believe that pastor is going to apologize.
Hmm.
For one, it's like apostolics feel that it's the world against them. And if you're not apostolic or raised like there was raised or in that way, you are the world and you need to be saved anyway. So
Mm.
if the world is telling you need to do something different, they're doing their job as apostolics by raising havoc and being different from the world. I do not believe at all that he's going to change or even apologize. Because they think what they did is right. They think it's in keeping with holiness.
Hmm.
And there's not going to be no change. The only change that will take place is if the mom see this or somebody get in her ear and pull her and her daughter out of that church.
Right.
Because that daughter is damaged. That daughter is damaged. And then I seen the letter from the mom, which really made me upset, by saying that we stand by our pastor. You stand by your pastor. You can't speak for your daughter.
Right.
And I want to read this. My cousin, like I said, I was apostolic. So I posted this, and my cousin, I'm not calling no names, my cousin went up under there and she said, "You don't know I went through the same thing." And I'm like, "Huh? I didn't know that." And she said, speaking from experience, I'm reading it out.
Hmm.
I could write a book. You know me, and you know exactly how I was raised. I wasn't made to get up in front of the church, but because of my upbringing, it was known to do. I'm a grown woman, so I couldn't do it. Family members were not able to attend my baby shower, and the father's family of my baby did a shower. Nobody was in the hospital room but my best friend. Her own mom and family didn't even come. She said her only person was there for support when she had a baby was her best friend.
Jesus.
I said, "What?" She said, "Only because it was another Wedlock. No
Mm,
support."
mm, mm.
But it's so funny how when a baby is born, the family embrace the baby, hug the baby, love the baby, take the baby. But while the baby is in the belly, you are ashamed.
And that's the most damage.
That's horrible.
Yep. Because how the mother feel is how the baby is going to be.
So it's like you carrying a sin for 9 months. So why did the pastor say, you repent right now? Don't wait till later to repent. You repent right now. Well, if she repented, why is there still repercussion? No baby shower, no this, no that, no support. If she repented, why is there even repercussion still? If she repented, it's done.
I
This
th-
this
I mean, I think I don't know because I wasn't, but I think he said that because they don't want them to celebrate the pregnancy because it's out of wedlock.
is
But
not
I that's
celebrating the
it's
pregnancy.
stupid. It's
It's very
stupid.
stupid. It's
It's
very stupid.
stupid. But I think that's what they're saying.
That
That's
girl, being in that church, the moment she got the result that she was pregnant was painful enough.
oh yeah,
Exactly.
She
definitely,
didn't need no more. She didn't need no
definitely,
more
Exactly.
whoopings. She didn't need no more ridicule. She didn't need no more
definitely.
humiliation. That the fact that she's in that church and she knew what was coming, because he said, "You know what's up."
Hmm.
He
Mm-hmm.
said that. He said, you know what's
Yeah,
happening. You know what's up.
you know that he did say that.
Right. So she knew
She know the deal.
immediately that the moment she got that note or that test, that, oh, my life, it's almost like she was going to jail. My life
She
is
had to
over.
tell her mom, first of all. I don't
Right.
think people understand. That was enough to make you want to crawl under a rock and die.
Right.
To
That
have to
was,
tell your parents alone versus being in front of a church who people already you don't like.
I,
Yep.
I can't. That is, mm,
I again, I want y'all to know I don't agree with this. But I have to be logical with what I heard outside of my emotions. And what I said to Nell, she was like, I didn't hear him say that, because he did say that. And Latrice was like, he did say that. And they said they wasn't going, he said, we're not gonna drop you or something like that. But and to me, if you're gonna be that way, then why do it anyway? But I don't know. I just don't understand it. I don't understand why that is still going on in 2025. But I totally, when I saw the video, in the beginning of the video, I said, mm-mm, let me just step out of this, because I already know how this is going to end, and how it ended is how it ended, because you can tell that they just in their way. And like you said, Marco, they feel like that they're right,
yep.
and everybody else is wrong.
I still say it's a form of control.
It is.
That it's a form of control that you see throughout families. I mean, it to me, the church is mirroring how the family is. They want control, and at any means, whatever it mean, it doesn't mean humiliating you or whatever it takes. This is how we control you, and it doesn't work. It
Right.
doesn't work.
It did just say you better not have a baby shower, and you better have a secret one, and you better not attend one if there's one going on. Y'all better not attend it. I said, oh my God.
Control. That's simply control. There's no other word for that but control.
So I hear they say they like the church. The pastor seems nice seems sweet. At least I don't know how you missed him. You said he wasn't fussing. This man, his tone was
I'm talking
ugly.
about compared to how, okay, I wish I could play it, but I'm scared it's gonna knock me off. Hold on,
Listen,
I can play it. We can just listen to the listen, but not
I
the
listened
video.
to it so many times. It bothered me. I couldn't sleep
What did
last
you
night.
hear? Did you hear him say what I said he said?
Yeah, I heard every word. 'Cause I listened to it about 5 to 6 times. He said, "We are praying for you." He said that part with some of the words, "We praying for you, but your mama and your grandma, your mama is gonna take care of you and this baby. Don't look for us to give you jack."
He did not say that, Marco.
I said in some of the words. His,
That's what it felt like he
I
said.
read through everything.
And
His
that is
energy,
not what it felt like he said.
That
it
is what
was
it felt like he
his energy
said.
was
Okay, I'm
so.
about to play it. I'm about to play it. Y'all gotta, and I'm glad I'm playing it without the video. Take your emotions out of it. Anyway, they said they even told it not to. We done talked about this table now. We all could not touch the table. That is not for her. That was for everybody. Y'all didn't grow up old school, so y'all don't know what that's about. That in this in remembrance of me table. You don't touch that. All old school folk talk with that thing on it. Can't judge him like that. All right, let's listen. We're gonna listen. Oh, Lisa, how you log out? All right, because y'all do and don't interrupt them. Let's just listen, because I didn't hear that. That we ain't gonna take. I didn't hear that.
Say,
Stand right in front of the congregation. Yeah, right in front of you. Don't touch that table.
I want to apologize to everybody in here because I am pregnant. I'm sorry, y'all. And I just hope that y'all all forgive me. And
I assume she repent. Then you never wait later to repent. If you sin, You don't wait no 2, 3. You don't wait till the baby come to repent. You repent now. You just don't do it again. You already know the harvest. You already know what time it is. The church is praying for you. We ain't gonna condone your sin now. We ain't gonna do that. Ain't no baby showers going on. That's what you lose out at. You have a baby out of wedlock, ain't no baby showers. Nobody at this church about attend one. Mama shouldn't have one neither. You gotta take care of your granddaughter. You can't condone sin.
All right.
You hear that, Lisa?
Yes, I heard that. I
Okay.
heard him say, you're not gonna have a baby shower because it's a baby out of wedlock. I heard that. And I
So
heard him what?
is the sexual act sin or her being pregnant sin? Because you're not condoning sin by her being pregnant.
The act is the sin.
Right. So the act is over. And she, according to him, she repented for it. Well, first of all, I don't understand why he tell her to repent. If she's saved already and she did what she did, she should be repented already. So it's just like reiterating, telling her, I just can't. The whole thing, and I know Larry likes this pastor because he keep taking up for him, but I can't. I don't want to hear another tambourine from that church.
Marco,
Yeah.
y'all, you thought that was something. That confession was mighty light compared to what
Li-
I'm used to listening to.
I bet, but when she said it again, my eyes got full of water. When she says, "I'm sorry, y'all," I couldn't take it. And I could hear the brokenness. I guess I have empathy because I have dealt with so many young people, and I deal with them for years. I can hear that in her voice, and for him to stand up, I would have got off the pulpit and walked down and gave her a hug right then. But she
that
sat down and he drilled it again. You mess
that
up.
video, this video here is cut though. Did you see them clapping for
Oh
her?
yeah, it's cut.
This video is cut because he says some more stuff too that is not in here.
But he's like,
Ma-
it's like you don't just come up there. It's almost like getting a whooping, and then after you get whooping, I'm gonna stomp you again one more time. And then here you go. Here you go. Take that. Now take that. She went up there and repented to the church, which I don't understand. And then outside of that, he still said, you don't do this. And don't there ain't gonna be no baby showers. It ain't gonna do this. And you better not attend one. I'm like, ugh. And told the mama not to. Now, if the mama can't forget the church, but if the mama can't support her daughter in the baby shower or doing something for the baby, she feels by herself completely all the way around. And you know that mama, according to that post that mama wrote, she's going to obey her pastor.
Right. Over her daughter's feelings or
Yep.
anything else.
Yep.
but and listen, I hear you, but y'all act like we don't understand this culture. That's why I'm trying to figure out why we act like we don't understand it.
Larry's putting the fuss. He says shoot him the
Because
link.
we were in it. Why we acting like we don't understand it? We're not in it no more. But why we acting like we don't understand what is going on?
I understand it, but it's still bothersome. It's still bothersome.
No more. But why we acting like? Hello,
Oh,
Dr. Reed.
hear me?
Yes.
I need to say this.
Uh-oh.
Number one, Michael, you get up here online and did what you fuss about all the time that people do online on my name.
What?
You said that I am taking up for the pastor and I like the pastor. Neither one of those are true. I don't know the pastor.
Well, you know that's right. But I heard you. I seen in your comment.
No,
You said
fix it, because that's the same thing folk do to me, and you fuss about it. You
no.
don't.
I was going off what you said in the comment.
Well, you wrong.
Yep, I'm excellent after that. See y'all later.
I am too. I'm not finna.
No,
fight
you
with Larry.
ain't. You better
so
stay
am.
right here.
What you mean? What you mean? No, where's the apology? Because you're wrong.
Well, help me out, because that's what you said, and you told me you said on your show.
No.
Okay, well, tell me,
You
because I
just
must have
got,
misheard you.
while you was emotional, this is what me and Lisa was talking about. Because it's what everybody's doing. Y'all too emotional and just talking at your face. You said Larry likes that pastor and taking up for him. That's your exact word.
Look, because you told me that.
I did not tell you that. I don't know the pastor.
Personally, you said, "Oh, I don't think he's mean," or just outside of this, you said you liked them. Say, "Oh, I like this church." You said, and we had a conversation
Marco,
before we went in the
Marco,
rostering about
you
it.
can isolate what you said. You said as a statement, I like him and I'm taking up for him. That's a misrepresentation of me and my brand. I don't operate.
In your text, in this thing, you said that's not fair. You said he is blah 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 blah, and I said, okay. So after that comment, I said, "Well, it seemed like Larry like this pastor."
Marco,
He
you didn't say seem like. You made a statement.
Oh my God! Bye,
You know,
Lisa.
Reed
Bye, Lisa.
is
I'm done.
literal. He
You
literal
don't
now.
you don't do that with me. Mm-mm. Don't do that. Because that's what
Reed,
you emotional talking and then you misrepresent my brand. It's the same thing people come in the comment section talking about, well, Reed, you just like the person, so I'm being biased. I'm not even wired like that. So don't make no statement like that public on the internet about me and my brand. Don't do it. And when I call you on it, you should apologize and acknowledge that you did it, because you did. Just rewind, you can hear it.
he left.
Everybody run from Marco. I'm the only person he runs from. I don't miss a beat. I heard what I heard.
Reed, do you understand what I'm trying to say?
We feel the exact same way.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Okay, because listen, I get what everybody is. I just don't feel. Now I could be wrong, and y'all, and I'm rarely wrong
I
when I
feel
have a
everything.
feeling.
I feel everything everybody's feeling, Lisa. I get it. But the thing is, I'm just thinking too. My emotions ain't taking me and throwing me up and got me mad at the pastor, mad at the church. The man, what he done is it's a toxic tradition, dead wrong. I went through the whole psychological repercussions of what he did to the girl and to the baby. I did it on my platform, which Marco probably ain't watched that part. I did that. So I know it's wrong and it's improper. I know the repercussions. And my sister Nell, I've watched her walk out the pain, the shame, the sorrow, the isolation, the second guessing herself. I get it. But at the same time, everybody trying to do a baby shower and all. I'm like, what? Do y'all not understand the culture? Why this is, and that this is something that church sees as something that's helping the girl, that's honoring God, and is sacred itself? I
Yeah,
don't understand why y'all not seeing that. Yes, say it's wrong. Yes, say church needs to reform. Yes, they doing it in 2025. That is the conversation that needs to be had. But at the
right.
same time, you don't need to become the oppressor. You don't need to become the very thing you saying that he is, and you don't even know.
Right. And trying to do it in the name of clicks and lights. Because that Black Lives Matter person, he just went there for clout.
I wish I was that.
He just went there for
You got
clout.
the right
He
pastor.
wasn't trying to help nobody.
You got the right pastor. That man is a nice man. And the people were trying to get him. He's about, no, he all right. He all right. He all right. You can see the man is a nice man. Come on now. You can tell that he's nice, but it's that old school church nice. They got another side that's nice, nasty.
Mhm.
But he
Nice
that.
man.
Marcos, I don't run out of thing. First, no, you don't like to be held accountable. You were wrong. Go back, listen, and then call me with an apology, because you did what everybody on the internet does to my brand. I am not the kind of person, because I like you, I can't see you. That is not me. Misrepresentation. Don't do it no more. And as y'all see, I don't care if you're my best friend. I love Marco. What they say, what David loved Jonathan more than above the level, that don't mean shit to me. You wrong, you just wrong.
Oh God. That
No,
is
you
funny.
said, I said, but see, I don't know, your comprehension is bad. You made your whole statement was Larry thinks he's nice and he's taking up for him. That was your complete statement, with one sentence. You can't isolate it now.
Marco, let it go. Anyway,
No call, but you manifest and everybody see who you are. When you are called on what you do wrong, you will not acknowledge it in the moment, and you will not fix it. That's just who you
I am seeing a lot, and this is showing me the comments that I'm seeing. I don't knock y'all comments for real. I applaud them, but I'm telling you, I grew up old school for real.
Me too.
And she better be glad that she wasn't around the church mothers that I grew up in. Because they would have told her to her face, if you don't want to be shamed, you should have had your legs closed. That is how they talk to us.
Yeah.
And so this right here, that's why I said this right here is light, because I remember I thought I prayed heaven down, but because my top was right here, that mother came and grabbed. Didn't care nothing about what I said, praying as a 12-year-old. Grabbed me like this and said, the next time you pray, you better be covered up. No good job. No nothing. But guess what? I made it out all right.
Look who you are. I mean, granted, a lot of the things that they did left us with pain, scars, and everything. But they also left us with something.
I can say Elisa Dunn will never go too far.
Yeah, me neither.
Because I have been, and I thank God for that. And I'm not going to say that this is what this is, but I just know it. Even when we started our church, it was based on what we thought, because that's what we saw.
Oh yes.
We was in head covering. When people coming through the door, if you ain't have a head covering on, slap it on there.
That's right.
Drunk people from outside, slap a head covering on them. And then they got saved and filled with the Holy Ghost. So we thought we were right.
That's it. True.
And so
and we was doing what we saw. And also we were teenagers ourselves.
We were teenagers.
Yeah, and as time went along, I mean, we began to shift and change some things because the reality is we started going to school and getting the degrees. So that changed everything for me at least.
I don't agree with it. I don't even agree. What's that woman they got, Mother Dupree? I don't even agree with how she do stuff.
Because you be hitting folks hard.
And she be talking about it. You big about you. You big too. Who you talking about? See, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, Mother Kelly. You talking Mother Kelly?
Kelly, whoever that is, Mother Kelly. She got a slick mouth.
You do.
But y'all praise her. She got a slick mouth. I'm telling you right now, she got a slick mouth. But education has moved me from that way. I don't like it, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't understand it. I'm not gonna. That's why I was like, okay, I get it. I understand. But I know that old school way, and they don't know how to. I'm not gonna give him no leeway. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm just saying. I just because y'all gonna be like, oh, she's taking up for me. I'm not. I'm just saying it was I was brought up way harder.
No, I don't think you're taking up on. I know you're not taking. I just know
I'm not taking up on
you. I know your characters. I know you're not taking up for nobody.
I'm not taking up on.
And that's what I was saying about what Marco was saying. I know he probably didn't make Marco just talk when he feels so. But I'm trying to get him to not do that, especially not on the worldwide well. I always say, if you in the court of law, you're gonna have me in jail. You'll be saying stuff that's about. I mean that I said it. You done said it now. It's already on the record. What you said was, I think he was nice, and that he and that I'm taking up for him. I don't. That's not my character to do that for my mom and my daddy. I'm not that person. Don't say that no more.
Yeah. But And see, look, this is for Mother Kelly, but I do love her though. She just real and straightforward. Y'all just like who you like.
That's all it is. How you gonna say what?
Cause that woman be cutting folks.
Mean. She is mean.
Yes.
And the church let her get away from with it, and she think it's cute. She think it's cute.
Mean.
You see, that's what I'm saying, bro. I can't. That
Y'all like who you like.
That's it. And I like Mother Kelly's mean going about her reminds me of the church mothers, but it is wrong, and I know she is mean. She like that in real life.
Y'all like who you like.
That's all it
is. Because there ain't no way.
She told that woman, she came out, that's like you too fat. You just
she did, and you. I tell you, if she would have said that to me, I was like,
and your
are you looking at the man in the mirror? Because baby, you fat too.
and she ain't fat, but her teeth ain't white.
And then also, oh no, you Mother Kelly's that light skinned one. I'm still thinking about Mother Dupree.
Oh yeah, Mother Dupree is chunky.
She chunky. I'm thinking about two of the other ones. But the other thing too, it's just like I just said, you just like who you like because it don't make no sense. It don't. But see, that's the culture that the Kojic grow up in, so they know her. Same thing with Stacks. Her slapping people. Half the time, y'all didn't feel that.
And none of that whole group are Stacks, Dupree, Juanita, all of them out of that whole group. Great, they're intercessors. They know how to, get heaven into the room and to meet you. But aside from that, they are absolutely dumb.
Yeah.
And that was the thing.
Did you say dumb?
Yes. Well, you lack education. Juanita getting smart because she's reading books probably from when she had seen the trim run up. But outside, they're not smart people at all. When you listen to them teach and preach, I'm like, dude, so y'all allergic to books. So books make y'all itch and your stomach hurt. What is wrong with y'all? Because y'all don't have no sense. She was praying for somebody and the guy was playing like some music like Eddie Long, that mystical stuff. She turned around, she said, "What you playing?" She said, I don't know what you playing. I don't like that mystical stuff. I ain't mystical. But she's saying that while she's tying a oiled down scarf and cloth round somebody's neck and then hitting them in their solar plex chakra and in their heart chakra. But you ain't mystical. See, y'all need to read.
Yeah. And let's not get on Karn. He say whatever he want to say. But it's his church.
Yeah, he got his own church now.
He be saying it in his church. That's the difference now. He said in his church.
That's right.
So that's his culture. So you can't. You see, I ain't hardly been saying nothing because he be saying it in his church.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let you go. But y'all done excellent, great conversation. Nell was even
Marcos, she right here.
Even Nell, Marco's input was good. Everybody, it was great. Excellent. I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Nell, you did excellent. You represented the Reed name good.
Thank you.
Nell is my. Let me say.
Articulate. And engaging. I wanted to hear everything she said every time. And I heard some stuff I didn't even know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen.
I'm glad she's doing this because someone needs the help that's not going to say they need the help.
They do. They do. So, I have a lot to pull out from your
Yeah, this was a lot.
It was a lot.
I got finished cleaning this stuff up.
All right, we about to. But Nell, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You have a good night.
All right, you too. All right, y'all. This concludes my first episode, an hour and 56 minutes, and there is still 394 people on. You guys, thank you so much. The first show was a hit. You want to be here next week? Robert Hatcher, go look him up. Robert Hatcher is going to be here next week at 8 o'clock. We're going to be talking everything about Taco Tuesday. And you're going to get to learn who he works for, how he got where he got. I'm going to be doing a whole lot of interviews coming up, and then I'm going to take a break on spring break. Okay? Because my birthday is in March. But we're going to go from January to February break. She said, wait, I just got here. Honey, we've been here for an hour and 57 minutes. And put a pin in it. Do not be on this long. I said 8 o'clock. I got on here at 8 o'clock. And I hope you guys, in between my comedic banter, I hope that you can understand that I do understand how detrimental this was to this young lady. But I also understand culture. Okay. And I just knew that the outrage, y'all was doing too much. I'm just gonna say it like that. Y'all was doing too much because I already knew that they was gonna refuse because they're gonna feel like that they're going against their pastor. But anyway, so I love y'all, and I just want y'all to know that you will see me next week at 8 o'clock. All right, let's sing our song on the way out. Put a pin in it, put a pin